to say about Neem Karoli Baba or Neem Karori Baba biography, but it will be very less. Neem Karoli Baba or Neem Karori Baba, known to his followers as Maharaj Ji, was a Hindu guru and a devotee of the Hindu deity Hanuman. He is known in India and outside India for being the spiritual master of a number of Americans who traveled to India in the 1960s and 70s, the most well-known being the spiritual teachers Ram Das and Bhagavan Das, and the musicians Krishna Das and Jaya Uttal. His ashrams are in Kanchi, Vrindavan, Rishikesh, Shimla, Neem Karoli village near Khimasepur in Farrukhabad, Bhumyadhar, Hanumangadi, Delhi in India, and in Taos, New Mexico, US. Early years. Lakshman Narayan Sharma was born around 1900 in the village Akbarpur in Firozabad district of Uttar Pradesh, India, to a wealthy Brahman family. His father's name was Sri Durga Prasad Sharma. His elementary education was initiated in Kirhing village of Akbarpur. After being married by his parents at the age of 11, he left home to become a wandering sadhu. He later returned home, at his father's request, to live a settled married life. He fathered 2 sons and a daughter. As Maharaj Ji thereafter he wandered extensively throughout northern India. During this time he was known under many names, including Lakshman Das, Handi Wala Baba, and Tikonia Wala Baba. When he did tapasya and sadhana at Vavenia Morbi in Gujarat, he was known as Talaya Baba. In Vrindavan, local inhabitants addressed him by the name of Chamatkari Baba, Miracle Baba. During his life 2 main ashrams were built, first at Vrindavan and later at Kanchi, where he spent the summer months. In time, over 100 temples were constructed in his name. The Kanchi Dham Ashram, where he stayed in the last decade of his life, was built in 1964 with a Hanuman temple. It started 2 years prior with a modest platform built for 2 local sadhus, Premi Baba and Sombri Maharaj, to perform geings. Over the years the temple, situated 17 kilometers from Nainital on the Nainital-Almora road, has become an important pilgrimage for locals, as well as spiritual seekers and devotees worldwide. Each year on June 15, the Kanchi Dham Bhandara takes place to commemorate the inauguration of the temple, a celebration that typically receives over 1,00,000 of devotees. Few miracles of Neem Karoli Baba, being Neem Karoli Baba, known at the time as Baba Lakshman Das, left his home in 1958. Ram Das tells a story that Baba Lakshman Das boarded a train without a ticket and the conductor decided to halt the train and force Neem Karoli Baba off of the train at the village of Neem Karoli, Farrukhabad district, UP. After forcing Baba off the train, the conductor found that the train would not start again. After several attempts at starting the train, someone suggested to the conductor that they allow the sadhu back onto the train. Neem Karoli agreed to board the train on 2 conditions. 1. The railway company promised to build a station at the village of Neem Karoli. At the time the villagers had to walk many miles to the nearest station. And 2. The railway company must henceforth treat sadhus better. The officials agreed and Neem Karoli Baba boarded the train joking, "What, is it up to me to start trains?" Immediately after his boarding the train, it started, but the train drivers would not proceed unless the sadhu blessed them to move forward. Baba gave his blessings and the train proceeded. Later a train station was built at the village of Neem Karoli. Baba lived in the village of Neem Karoli for a while and was named by locals. He came to India from America. He was such a big drug addict that he used to swallow 2-3 LSD, the most intense drug of intoxication, in a day. Neem Karoli Baba Ram Das. One day he went to Karoli Baba, who was a wonderful teacher with extraordinary abilities. He was divine, a very capable tantric, an extraordinary person and a devotee of Hanuman Ji. He came to Baba and said that I have a real material which gives joy to heaven. If you eat it, then all the doors of knowledge are opened. Do you know anything about it? Neem Karoli Baba asked. Tell me, what is this? He had 300 pills and gave Baba 300 pills to test Baba. Baba put 300 pills in his mouth and swallowed. Then he sat down and continued to do his work. Ram Das sat there with the hope that this man was about to die. But Neem Karoli Baba did not show any effect of drugs. He kept working. His purpose was just to tell this to Ram Das. That you're wasting your life on a useless thing. This thing is not going to be of any use to you. Philosophy. Neem Karoli Baba was a lifelong adept of Bhakti Yoga, and encouraged service to others, seva, as the highest form of unconditional devotion to God. In the book Miracle of Love, compiled by Ram Das, a devotee named Anjani shares the following account. There can be no biography of him. Facts are few, stories many. He seems to have been known by different names in many parts of India, appearing and disappearing through the years. His non-Indian devotees of recent years knew him as Neem Karoli Baba, but mostly as Maharaj Ji. Just as he said, he was nobody. He gave no discourses. The briefest, simplest stories were his teachings. Usually, he sat or lay on a wooden bench wrapped in a plaid blanket while a few devotees sat around him. Visitors came and went. They were given food, a few words, a nod, a pat on the head or back, and they were sent away. There was gossip and laughter, for he loved to joke. Orders for running the ashram were given, usually in a piercing yell across the compound. Sometimes he sat in silence, absorbed in another world to which we could not follow, but bliss and peace poured down on us. Who he was no more than the experience of him, the nectar of his presence, the totality of his absence, enveloping us now like his plaid blanket. Baba would say that attachment and ego are the greatest hindrances to the realization of God, and that a learned man and a fool are alike as long as there is attachment and ego in the physical body. He would advise people to surrender to God's will above everything else so that they might develop love and faith in Him and thereby be free of unnecessary worries in life. Notable disciples. Kanchi Dham Ashram near Nainital. Notable disciples of Neem Karoli Baba include spiritual teacher Ram Das, author of Be Here Now, singer and spiritual teacher Bhagavan Das, author and meditation teacher Lama Surya Das, and the musicians Jaya Uttal and Krishna Das. Other notable devotees include humanitarian Larry Brilliant and his wife Girija, Dada Mukherjee, former professor at Allahabad University, Uttar Pradesh, India, scholar and writer Awet Rosser, American spiritual teacher Ma Jaya Sati Bhagavati, John Bush filmmaker, and Daniel Goleman, author of The Varieties of the Meditative Experience and Emotional Intelligence. Baba Hari Das was not a disciple, but he supervised several buildings and maintained the ashrams in the Nainital area, 1954 to 1968, before heading to the US to become a spiritual teacher in California at the beginning of 1971. Steve Jobs, along with his friend Dan Kotke, traveled to India in April 1974 to study Hinduism and Indian spirituality. They planned also to meet Neem Karoli Baba, but arrived to find the Guru had died the previous September. Hollywood actress Julia Roberts was also influenced by Neem Karoli Baba. A picture of him drew Roberts to Hinduism. Influenced by Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg visited Neem Karoli Baba's ashram in Kanchi. Larry Brilliant took Google's Larry Page and Jeffrey Skoll, co-founder of eBay, on the pilgrimage. Foundations. After returning to the United States, Ram Das and Larry Brilliant founded the Seva Foundation, an international health organization based in Berkeley, California. Steve Jobs, a friend of Brilliant, also funded the organization. It is committed to applying the teachings of Neem Karoli Baba toward preventing and treating blindness. In the late 2000s, another foundation evolved, the Love Serve Remember Foundation, whose purpose is to preserve and continue the teachings of Neem Karoli Baba. We want your support to grow our channel. Please do like, subscribe, share and comment. Thanks.